What's up, folks? Your buddy Fatalroadie. Today we're doing a Smackdown review. We started off with a tape segment with Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens fighting. Shane McMahon tells Kevin Owens to leave, because why not? Shane McMahon has to hog the spotlight. Back in the arena, Kevin Owens appears, grabs a microphone, calls out Shane McMahon for hogging the camera, and he says it makes him sick. He's not the only one. Shane comes out, tells people in back to cut off his microphone. Owens grabs another microphone, continues his rant. Shane calls for security, and Kevin Owens runs off into the crowd. I kind of like how they're using Kevin Owens to speak the thoughts of the crowd. And then we go on to our first match. Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura. We honestly could have had this match weeks ago if Shane McMahon would have kept off TV for a little bit. That being said, wow, this was an awesome match. This is probably a match I could sit there and watch over and over. It was good. Nakamura is looking good, showing a lot of offense. Balor avoids a count out twice, but Nakamura ends it with a Kinshasa and a pin. Shane McMahon and his lackeys are sitting there talking about Roman Reigns. Dolph Ziggler comes out bitching about losing out on his match against Kevin Owens. Shane McMahon comes up with a brilliant idea for a main event. Dolph Ziggler versus Roman Reigns with him and the lackeys at ringside. What? Great. We then have a recap of Kofi Kingston flipping the bird to Samoa Joe. We then go to an in-ring contract signing with Nikki Cross and Bayley. Alexa Bliss isn't there because she's out with an illness. Bayley tries to get Nikki to see that Alexa is playing her. Nikki says when they win at Extreme Rules that Alexa and Nikki are going to be co-Smackdown champions. Honestly, I think Nikki is there just to eat the pin. They sign their contracts and Nikki invites Bayley to watch the match, which is next. Nikki Cross versus Carmella. This is a match. Nikki Cross wins after a swinging neck breaker. Really wasn't much to it. We then have a recap of the Roman Reigns match last night on Raw. Then after an audio botch from the production truck, New Day come out for the tag team talk segment. Segment. They're out there with Heavy Machinery and Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Anyways, this leads up to a triple threat match. Xavier Woods, Otis, and Daniel Bryan. This was a decent match. Otis pulled off a really nice double suplex. Out at ringside, Tucker, Big E, and Eric Rowan start fighting. They get ejected. Then all of a sudden, we gotta reset everything. Once the match resets, it was, like I said, decent match. It was really good. I was actually surprised. Otis slams Xavier Woods and gets the pin. That was decent. We then go to a split-screen reveal of Aleister Black's opponent at Extreme Rules. At first they say the opponent is choosing not to reveal himself. As Aleister Black is talking, a man in a white suit comes walking past, sits down, and it's Cesaro. He says he's the one who's looking for a fight. Now this looks like it's going to be a pretty good match. I know everyone's saying that Bray Wyatt should do it, but think about this. They're trying to push Aleister Black and they're looking to push Bray Wyatt. I really don't think that'd be a good idea because one of them is going to have to lose, which would stall one of their pushes. So, Cesaro and Aleister Black, good match. I can see that actually being pretty good. I honestly think they probably should have left off and left it as a surprise for Extreme Rules, but hey, I'm not WWE. We then have another segment with Shelton Benjamin is just sitting there like looking really goofy and stupid and bruh. Well, at least he's on twice in 2 weeks. Okay. We then go to our main event, Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler, with Shane McMahon and the lackeys at ringside. This was seriously a waste of a main event. Drew McIntyre and Elias get involved. Shocker. Kevin Owens runs in, gives a stunner to Shane, runs back out. Reigns spears Ziggler, gets the pin. Okay. What the fuck? This really shouldn't have been a main event match. It was a waste. Could have gone in the middle of the card. It'd have been fine. We should have had the Shinsuke Nakamura Finn Balor match as a main event, and that really would have been fine. But they started off with a good match and then kind of went downhill from there. But it was decent for a go-home show for Extreme Rules between Raw and SmackDown. But Extreme Rules does look like it's going to be a decent pay-per-view. But that'll do it for the SmackDown review. I'll be back later this week with the results for Extreme Rules. But leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's SmackDown, what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.